Hello everyone, and today's demonstration will be based on this particular painting that I did on location. I'm quite happy with the painting that I did on location, and I'm trying to just add a few shape and try to get a better composition in this particular studio piece. Let's see how it goes. So as usual, I will start with the sky. Sky is pretty much cobalt blue and just a few bits of white paper to denote the clouds. This painting has got a variety of greens. So this particular tree on the left is kind of a warm pale green that I have put in, and the rest I will just keep on adding bits to the same mix. So I have added a bit of yellow to come up with this green, which is a bit more saturated, and a bit of turquoise and a bit of burnt sienna into the same mix to come up with the trees right next to the building, and a bit more burnt sienna into the same mix, which will make it even warmer as we move towards the right of the painting. A bit of blue to cool it down, to put in the trees in the background. So it's just pretty much the same mix. I just keep on adding either burnt sienna or blue to just cool it and warm it up as needed. Now a bit more yellow to get that saturated green. So you can see it's just one shape with various greens in there. There's a tree in front of the building, so I'm putting the colors for the foliage now. I'm not sure whether I will be able to cut around it, so we'll see. If I'm unable to, then I might resort to a bit of opaque paint later. Next is the building. So the roof is like very pale, so I'm using the same color for the whole building first, then I will put in a darker layer on top of this to paint the areas that are in the shade. This particular building is called Abbotsworth Convent in Melbourne, so it's kind of an arts and cultural precinct. I have left a link to their website, and you could have a look. It's a nice painting location. I have painted there a lot. It's got like a variety of subjects from architecture to cafes and a bit of landscape as well. So I do enjoy painting there on location a lot. The building is coming along nicely, and next would be to put in the grass, and gonna mix another green, kind of a saturated pale green again, So it'll be, I'm using the same mix there's already there, and add a bit of yellow ochre and a bit of yellow to come up with the green for the grass. The challenge here is to just leave that white highlight on top of the sheep, and so I'm using a kind of a mop brush with a nice tip which will help me to cut around easily. A bit of blue as we move towards the foreground and make it a bit darker. I'm trying to leave a few white spots as well, which kind of gives an effect of a sunny day. I'm quite happy with the color that I was able to mix. It kind of gives that warmth, and already it looks like a sunny day even without the shadows or everything, just because of the color. I also put in the same green for the dark areas of the sheep. Those dark areas will be painted using a much darker color later, so this will be like kind of an underlying wash. I'll move on to the tree trunks and branches on the left. These trees on the left are a bit of a challenge because they've got like very sparse leaves. The foliage is like not an easy shape to paint. So yeah, I'll just paint the trunk and the branches first, and then like use a bit of dry brush stroke to put in the foliage. A mix of burnt sienna, alizarin crimson, and a bit of neutral tint for the dark areas of the building. There were like so many windows in the painting. I have like left a few off, mainly because they are in the background and they'll create too much contrast in that building. I want the building to read as one shape and like kind of merge with the trees as well. So I left a few a few windows, and put in like 4 of them, and the building becomes a lot darker towards the ground floor of the building, and there are 2 figures there. I'm trying to cut around them and just leave a bit of white behind. I'll put in the figures later. Now just trying my best to get the architecture simplified and read as one shape. So the wash is wet. I could add a few more details now and let the dark color blend in with the wash. The windows are like too white, so I'm just adding a bit of pale grey and make them less prominent. And a few more details to the building before it all dries off. just like how we painted the first wash of the trees, the darker bits of the trees are also a mix of greens, and I'm using a very similar technique of adding warmer and cooler colors to the existing mix to come up with these darker greens. I thought a lot before drawing in this particular shape because it is by itself. It's much easier to paint a group of sheep rather than an individual one, because the individual one needs to look like a sheep, which is much more difficult to achieve than a group of animals. The shadow is a mix of ultramarine blue with pretty much the green that was left behind, and it looks a bit too dark at the moment. Hopefully my expectation is that it'll dry and look realistic. And I'll mix in that green with the blue a bit more as we move towards the foreground and try to connect the shadow with the sheep. That's when the dry brush strokes really come in handy. It just connects shapes well. And I'm quite happy with the shadow. It reads like a shadow. So yeah, sometimes when I put in the shadows, it looks all very artificial and looks like a different shape altogether rather than being the shadow. Just making that right side of the painting a lot more darker and prevent the eye from moving away from the painting, so the shadows will lead us towards my focal area. I'm using red to add in the figures, just to give a bit of brightness or vibrance to the painting. So a red shirt and a blue shirt for the other figure. I lost that tree when I was painting the building, so just using a bit of white paint with a bit of yellow ochre to just put in that tree, and it looks nice. Kind of breaks that building and adds a bit of interest in there. I'm almost done with the painting, but I realized that the tree trunk and the branches on the left are creating too much of a contrast at the edge of the painting. So I use a tissue to just clean them up a bit and make them a bit more lighter and with less contrast. This ensures that the edge of the paintings don't attract a lot of attention, and we can help the viewer's eye towards the focal area. So hope you enjoyed this demonstration. It was painted from a quick sketch that I did on location, and I'm quite happy with how this has turned out, and hope to see you again in another demonstration soon. And please do subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon to be notified of any new demonstrations that I post. Thanks so much.